Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn podcast. I'm your host, Dino. As well, with me hosting, I got my boy, Dede.
Yes, sir. Jalen Hurts MVP.
Yes, sir. I got my boy, Lil.
Let's get it.
And as y'all can see, man, we got a guest on today. I'm going to let my boy introduce himself. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, my name is Amos. Instagram famous Amos. And I'm just ready to talk about this. It's nice to be here. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. So let's talk.
Yes, sir. You know, we happy to have you here, man. But as well, y'all already know we gotta do our NFL recap for the week. Yes, we got our games that we got to talk about. We got some questions that need to be aired out, and we got some answers for y'all. We also won't be talking about a lot of things. There's a lot of things shaking up towards the end of the season. One thing, as you know, it happens every year. Coaches are starting to get the boot. Teams are starting to see that it's not happening. It's not turning around. We're going to cover that. We got to talk about that one. Big week for college football. You know, it was rivalry week. Big teams went down. Some teams went up. Some teams look shaky. Injuries and all. We got to talk about it. We got to get it done. But Day, kick us off with the first topic.
All right, let's get it, man. NFL Week 12. I hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully fulfilling Thanksgiving. I definitely ate great. I'm pretty sure these guys all did as well. But we got a lot to talk about for Week 12. Let's get off right into it. First game we're going to talk about, we saw a shootout go into overtime in Philly. It was a rainy game, but the Eagles came out on top as it defeated the Buffalo Bills 37-31. My question to y'all is this loss more on Josh Allen for the Bills, or was it on the Bills defense?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can't blame Josh this game. I really can't blame Josh this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. They did have two missed field goals that was big that the Eagles capitalized on. So I mean, you could put it on that too. I'm gonna be honest, it was a sloppy game on both ends. So I really can't say who won and lost the game for each other. I'm gonna be honest, it came down to the final whistle, as you can see, went into overtime. I mean, this is what happens when it's two sloppy playing teams. When they played each other, all it took was one team to make less of a mistake than the other team. So I really can't blame it on neither one. It was both sloppy play.
Just to kind of get in on that too. So my whole thing is usually I'd be like, all right, Josh Allen, because he usually try to play hero ball. He try to do too much. He's careless with the ball. He don't think before he throw the ball. I don't know if he's trying to force feed his receivers. I don't know if he lets, Diggs, his complaining get to him. But this game, it really wasn't on him. It's more so on the defense, right? If your coach always allow your quarterback to take all these risks, I kind of have to blame that on the lack of trust in the defense. And this game really showed that too. One thing about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, when it matters the most, he's poised, he's composed, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes when it matters the most. Josh Allen couldn't have really played a better game. It's just Hurts was just a little bit better towards the end of the game. So, yeah.
I mean, we would go both ways on who fault was it Josh Allen's or the defense. When you look at it, Josh Allen had over 400 total yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception on a good play by Bradbury. He stirred down a receiver. He left his receiver, caught it, took a pick. But, I mean, Josh Allen had a chance to win this game. We don't have nothing to talk about. If you make that, though, the Gabe Davis on a bomb blitz, he beat Slay, just a little miscommunication. We having a whole nother discussion, but they couldn't get it going after that. But when you look at the game as a totality, he did have a pretty good game. When you look at the defense, very solid first half. Jalen Hurts, I think, only had 39 passing yards in the first half. They really couldn't get anything going. He's very abysmal. But, they made some adjustments and they couldn't get stops when they needed to. And I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You can blame it on Josh Allen for missing a throw. We don't have this conversation. You can blame it on the defense for allowing the Eagles to score 30 points within overtime and between the second half and overtime. So it's a double-edged sword. But I mean, hats off to the Eagles for making adjustments that they needed to make. and making the big plays to convert and, win the football game when it mattered the most.
As an Eagles fan, I'm not gonna lie. The first half angered me. I was so angry, bro.
Abysmal.
Can
Abysmal, bro. Oh my
we
God.
please fire Brian Johnson? Like Sean McDermott and the Buffalo defense had an answer for everything the Eagles were trying to do. Like all those QB read options and then the miscues and the tip balls that turn into interceptions. Those are unlucky, but it happens, but they still count as interceptions. He had the fumble on a mishandle by Gainwell and Hurts. It was just bad. And honestly, Buffalo really kept the Eagles in this game. Josh Allen did have a really good game. I mean, yes, he had a turnover, but this man accounted for 4 total touchdowns. The Eagles cannot stop Josh Allen running the ball. And y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Josh Allen. Yes, he's top 5, but bro, I was like, man, this man looked like he top 3 against the Eagles defense, but we know the Eagles defense is
Everybody
that
looks
good.
good against the Eagles.
Exactly. This year is I don't know what the answer, what it is, but honestly, this game just is on the Buffalo defense and special teams, especially. They missed 2 field goals, and I know everybody gonna say, "Oh, the refs, bro." The refs. Yes, Buffalo got more calls, but the refs were really pretty much even, like down the stretch of the game. It was definitely tit for tat. So it's top with the refs versus everybody else when it comes to the Eagles whenever they play.
The refs been bad all year. Like, just stop.
They've been bad all year for every game.
Just stop using them as
honestly,
an excuse,
stop.
bro. Like, it's over with at this point.
Just like Amos said, it really came down to the end when Jalen Hurts really just stayed poised and offense adjusted and they found themselves back in this game. I would say this game really is on the Buffalo Bills defense, one of the best defense in the NFL. You know, they have a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. You let the Eagles drop 37 on your head, and the Eagles even play their best offensive game in football until the last quarter and a half, including overtime.
And that's another thing too, bro. I feel like a lot of people talk about Jalen Hurts, his turnovers and how like he hasn't been looking the best, but he has been looking sharp anytime he's down, bro. Yeah. Like looking at his numbers, anytime he's losing a game in the second half, bro, like he has 10 total touchdowns, damn near 140 QBR. Like, bro, he's playing lights out when it matters. I'm gonna be honest. These starts to the game's been shitty damn near every week, but when it matters, bro, he's coming out to play.
I will say this too.
And this not
He's
a flawed passer.
No. I wasn't even gonna say that, but I will say this though.
If you I'm just reiterating. I'm reiterating what you said. Like after we lost to the Jets.
I mean, he is.
You know, in like week 6,
he has his flaws. But like, if we want to be completely honest, Jalen Hurts has been outplayed by essentially every quarterback the last few weeks. That's not understatement. That's fact. You know, but it's more of a whole team effort. Yes, Jalen Hurts does make the plays and they rally around it, but it's a whole team effort. When you look at it, they just, they never hang their head down when they're down. They just find a way to fight back. Yeah, you could get a credit to Jalen Hurts, but I feel like it's more of a whole team effort, not just a Jalen Hurts effort.
On to the next one. On Thanksgiving Day, we saw the Green Bay Packers surprisingly knock off the Detroit Lions 29-22. My question to y'all is, are the Detroit Lions actually overrated?
No, me personally, the way I look at it, I don't think they're overrated. I think they are exactly what we think they are. Like, for the past couple of years, they've been one of those teams. They've been one of those teams where they've been gritty, you know what I mean, and they play with a lot of heart. But they've never been a team that you look at like, all right, that's a surefire playoff, deep into the playoff team. I never looked at them. I always looked at them like, all right, that's a good team. They're gritty. They're going to lose some games, and they might knock off some good teams because they're going to overlook them. But I'm not surprised by them losing games like this. I'm really not surprised. So I wouldn't say they're overrated. I think overrated for people because the media has hyped them up so much and because, they got off to a fast start, but they're exactly what they remind me of the Chiefs back in the day. They used to start off 6-0 and then disappear. So that's to me, that's how I look at it. Not overrated, just exactly what I think they are. So,
I mean, you really look at it like on paper. That's mainly what it is. Like before the season on paper, they look like a team that was about to go crazy. I mean, they made a couple trades. They traded away Dre Swift. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs and all that other stuff. I ain't gonna lie, the rushing attack looked kind of legit with that 2 running back game, though. I like that. But as far as them being overrated, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say And from my retrospect, I more agree with him what he said when you say they're right where we think they are. I mean, I never thought they was a top tier team, but I thought they was a pretty good football team. from my retrospect. But looking from everybody else, bro, there was polls of them being top 3 and being a top 5 team. Like, bro, I mean, I'm not gonna fault them from this loss, bro. I'm gonna be honest, because it's a divisional game, bro. It's always gonna be a tough one.
It's one of them
It's
games.
always gonna be a tough one, bro. It don't matter who. Any game that's divisional is always gonna be a tough one, bro. So I'm not gonna really fault them for this loss too much, but I'm gonna say, yeah, it's looking at the stretch of the season, and they're not looking like the team everybody thought they was, and they have a piss poor schedule moving forward. They could really win out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been saying this for weeks. I've been ahead of the curve. Y'all just don't listen to me. Y'all was hyping him up too. Y'all was
he know everything.
Y'all was
hey, I'm saying, no, Amos.
Man,
I'm like, no, bro, this man know everything.
Y'all was
hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020.
This man know everything, bro. He got a crystal ball in his house, and he just know everything. I swear, bro. He got a crystal
really
ball in his
do.
house.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all just don't listen.
Said the Saints was gonna win the NFC South too.
And look at them.
They still are. We're gonna talk about that. But
are you okay?
But y'all was comparing this team. Y'all was putting them up there in the top echelon. With the Eagles, 49ers. Y'all said a couple of y'all was trying to say they was better than Dallas. And I don't know what y'all was seeing, what game y'all was watching.
But who said that?
Did I say that? I don't think I said that.
I'm gonna say that was not me.
I say that?
That wasn't me.
I said that.
Yeah.
I think honestly,
you know you hate the Cowboys.
I think
so
it was
like
because they said they was top 5. I'll bring up
hate
the
the Cowboys.
He said they was
You
top
hate the
5.
Cowboys.
I'm not gonna say who said it, but I just know it was said. And I told you guys they're gonna have a good schedule. They're gonna have a winning record, the whole 9 yards. They got an easy schedule. But this team is looking like the Giants or the Vikings of last year. You know, a team that can that's gonna get a good seed. They may or may not win a playoff game, but when they run up against a real football team, whether it be the Eagles, the 49ers, or the Cowboys, it ain't gonna be pretty.
The Packers are a real football team?
It's not even that they're a real football team, but this is
I know. I'm just saying.
But this is a team that's not as good. And they should have lost last week against Chicago with Jared Goff playing horrible. But it's Chicago. You know?
They beat the Chiefs.
So this is a bad team. Like, I mean, it's not a bad team. It's just not a top tier caliber team, in my personal opinion. And I've been saying that all year.
Honestly, I wouldn't say overrated. I'm agreeing with Amos. Like, we are who they thought they were. And yes, I did say the Lions are going to win the NFC North. I've said this before the season started. As right now, they are going to win the NFC North. Like, let's be the real. Bears suck. The Packers, they beat the Lions, but like the Packers aren't where they need to be yet. And then the Vikings, like, I don't see Josh Dobbs carrying them that long. I'm not trying to disrespect Josh Dobbs, but at the end of the day, this team is going to win their division. But when they get the playoffs, I can see them being a first round exit because they play bad when it matters. It's like, bro, Jordan Love. His play has been detrimental this year. It hasn't been the greatest.
He's been up and down, young guy, but I don't think he's been that bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I think.
Who's his receivers, bro?
I understand that, but it's just him in the pocket.
I think.
I know, but him in the pocket.
They're throwing to me out there.
I think
he's him in the pocket, bro.
I think he's very talented. I just think they got to put them pieces around him though. Like that,
I agree with that. But I'm saying this year, like we see a lot of like eyesores. Like it's like.
But I don't think anybody expected him to be MVP caliber type player.
No. Definitely better.
Arguably his best offensive weapon been hurt all year.
Than Desmond Ridder, which he is. So
he is better than Desmond Ridder.
Exactly. So he doing what I expected him to do at least.
That's true.
I'm just saying, Jordan Love dotted you up. He had a great game. He was pretty darn near efficient. He didn't get sacked once. This Lions defense couldn't get to him. And then Jared Goff, again, he played bad. Like the second game in a row, back-to-back weeks. I mean, yes, he threw for over 300 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, but it just wasn't like he had 3 fumbles and he lost all of them. So it's like Jared Goff, another turnover-filled game. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Raymond, they got a good game. But again, James Williams, like he's as much talent he's had as he has. James Williams is a no-show. Like he's like a Walmart Tyreek Hill, in my opinion. But he need to show me that he could do it.
He doesn't get much snaps though. He really don't get that much
because he doesn't produce when he's on the field. That's why.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact.
He don't really produce.
He don't. But again, are Lions overrated? I wouldn't say they overrated. I would just say they are what we thought they were going to be. And I did say they're going to NFC North. But that's just all I got to say about that game.
I will say I did have the Vikings, but Vikings don't last all their best players. So
all right, on to the next game. NFC South matchup. The Atlanta Falcons, that defense, they stifled the New Orleans Saints. They beat them by a score of 24-15. My question is, how disappointing are the New Orleans Saints this year? Don't hide. Lift your head up, sir. Sit up straight, please.
Yo, go first. Go first. Go
In fact, can
first.
you go first for this? Can you go first
Go
for this one,
first,
please?
Lil.
No, y'all probably
Let's
want me to go last.
get you out the way, bro. Please.
I got a lot to say.
Oh yeah, let him go last.
Y'all go ahead.
Let him go last.
All right. I mean, they more disappointing to me. I'm gonna be honest, bro, because like I honestly thought they was gonna do something. Y'all know I'm a Derek Carr. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan, but I like Derek Carr, bro. I don't give a damn about what
Yeah, I had him
you
at
talking
top
about.
10.
I like Derek Carr, like I said. And yes, he throws stupid picks sometimes, but I like Derek Carr, bro. And
Derek Carr is trash.
y'all know how I feel about Chris
It's
Olave. Like I said a million times, Chris Olave is gonna develop into a top 5 receiver. And remember, I said that he's gonna be one of the best in the game one day, and I can promise that's gonna happen. I mean, I liked a lot of things that was going on for New Orleans, bro. I did. As much as that's Lil's team and he hates on my team so much, I don't do that. You feel me? I give the benefit of the doubt. And I actually wanted to see something out of this team. It sucks that they're gonna lose the NFC South. The somebody's gotta win it division right now. And you know, bro, I'm gonna be honest. They got a lot of room. They got a lot of room to grow, though. But I feel like it's gonna be some positive outcome from this. I'm gonna be honest. There's gonna be some positive outcome.
I'm a little disappointed in the Saints, but I'm more so disappointed in for me personally in Derek Carr. And the reason why I say that is because his decision making has been super poor this year. Like,
can y'all say y'all stuck in Derek Carr? Can y'all say y'all stuck? No. Yes, it's the OC. But sell your stock in Derek Carr. I keep telling y'all, Derek Carr is not it. Just like y'all sold y'all stock in Russell Wilson, sell it in Derek Carr. Yeah, you have to sell it.
He hasn't been that good. I'm actually disappointed.
Somebody had him as top 10.
Who had him at who?
I did. I had him at top 10. I had him over Dak.
Oh,
you're high.
Yo, all right. See, I ain't anybody get into this. No,
and I still got him over Dak. I'm lying.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like you said, though, I do believe Chris Olave definitely going. He's one of the ones, right? I feel like a couple years from now, or a year or two from now, when they get everything right, put more pieces on that offense, I think they're going to be great. But as far as having a veteran like Derek Carr, he's been very underwhelming. That's the word. It's underwhelming. He has like, I don't know. He's just whenever it matters the most. That's how I judge quarterbacks, when it matters the most. You can't make dumb decisions. You can't just be careless with the ball. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's been more disappointing than the actual Saints team themselves. I'm more disappointed in him. So because I kind of expect a little bit more from him. That's how I feel though. But go ahead, my boy.
Honestly, bro, Saints defense is still legit. It's still a top 10 unit in this league. I will give them that. Saints defense is still good.
Even though they got torched last week.
Yeah. It's still a good team. But I mean, you make Desmond Ritter throw 2 picks, but B. John had 2 touchdowns total. He had 1 receiver and 1 rushing. B. John had a solid game himself. Desmond Ritter, he didn't have the best game, but this Falcons defense, honestly, they stifled the Saints offense. I mean, we all 15 your points come from the leg of Bailey Groupie, or whatever his name is. He's a bad kicker. I mean, he went 5 for 6, but he counted for all the Saints points. And this offense they just can't get in sync. I mean, fire Carmichael, the offense coordinator. Please fire him. Like, he's just so bad. And Chris Olave, I feel bad for him if the Saints team, if he's going to continue with the same team, because this team, cap-wise, Derek Carr will be bad for the cap the next couple years. Like, they had to figure that out. But Derek Carr is not it. I've been telling you all this. The Saints are just disappointing. This was definitely their division to lose. And now they're tied with the Atlanta Falcons for first. And I already said this before, and I'm still staying on this. And I said this before the preseason. I said this during our quarter of the season takes. And I said this during our half season takes. The NFC South is the worst division in football. I told y'all this, and I'm standing on it. This is the worst division in football. But I digress. Apparently, someone here thinks that the NFC South is not as bad as it seems. But, Mr. Smith, what do you have to say about this game?
Somebody's got to win it.
There's so many places I can go with it. I mean, when you look,
let's hear it.
When you look
Take your time. Take your time.
I get it. You're down at one point. Your top 3 receivers. Chris Olave goes for 114 in the first half. He goes out with a concussion. Rashid Shaheed has a hamstring. Michael Thomas is on IR. That's not an excuse. There's no excuse. There's no reason why you have over 100 yards of total offense, right? The other team doesn't have probably have about 20, and you're down 7-3. You move the ball with ease. Every single possession that you had, besides your first one and the one right before the half, has been in Atlanta territory, and you can't get in the end zone not one time. That's a disgrace. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, it's embarrassing at this point just to watch it. I mean, you look at Derek Carr's stats: 24 for 38, 304 yards, no touchdowns. In our last 32 possessions of offense, we've scored 3 touchdowns, 2 from Jameis, 1 from Taysom. What are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing as a team, as an offense? Like, you on a bye, you come back, and this is how you look against the Atlanta team. Like, you move the football with ease, bro. It's not like this Atlanta team was stifling y'all couldn't get no going. Y'all moved the football and settled. Y'all went 0 for 5 in the red zone, 4 field goals, 1 pick. We kicked 6 field goals in the game altogether. That's a disgrace. Like, what? Like, at this point, I'm done with everybody. Like, blow it up. You know, I love Dennis Allen as a D coordinator. Head coach, he's not good. Pete Carmichael should have been fired a long time ago. Like, just clear house at this point. Like, start over, get some new voice in there, get new energy in there. We gotta do something, because this is not it. Like, and there's nothing to build off of. There's nothing good to take away from this game. Yes, you move the football, but it's been the same thing all year. You move the football, but at no point has I ever felt confident that they was going to put a touchdown on the board. No point, because it's been the same thing all freaking year. We get down the field and stall in the red zone every single time. And we work on it. We've all played football. We know you work on red zones every week. Red zone plays everything. And they still can't get it right. Like, I'm done with, like, they have the talent to win the division, because the division is terrible and they have a very favorable schedule. I think they can still pull out a win in this division. But they need to go. Coaching style just need to go. They need to clear house, move past the Sean Payton era, get rid of everybody who had to do with Sean Payton, and just start over, build it all up again. This is horrible.
Rebuild.
Sound like my boy finna transition to a full-time Dallas fan.
Hell yeah. That's the second team. If it ain't Dallas, it's Miami. I know this.
I speak.
Hey, hold on. Add Mahomes.
Here we go, bro.
I speak the truth about teams.
Here we go.
Now I'm a
Here we
fan.
go.
I speak
Here
the
we
truth
go.
about teams, and I'm a fan.
But what you say about Dallas?
I said
them.
they
That's
was
second
good.
team.
But he
They're
love him
legit.
some Dallas.
Hey, Amos. That's
Dallas do
Amos.
good this year, though.
Amos. Hold on. Amos. The Dallas Cowboys are his Super Bowl pick for the NFC.
I picked them to make it to the Super Bowl. When you look at that team, listen, preseason, when you looked at that team, right? What would that defense be if they had Trayvon Diggs? With DeRon Bland and them boys? Crazy work.
My God, bro.
What'd he
I
say?
knew
Not
around
crazy.
this time of year, all the Dallas fans was gonna start breaking out that
everybody.
We don't got Trayvon Diggs.
We gonna get off topic. I ain't even gonna get into.
Yeah, we gonna get off topic, man.
Yeah,
let's move on to the next one, man.
Dallas a whole thing by itself.
Y'all want to talk about AJ Brown? About to talk about CD? He got more yards than AJ Brown.
I said,
Okay, yes.
top 5.
You're right.
Crazy work.
Let's get on to the next one. AFC South showdown that went down in Houston. It came down to 3 points as T-Law and the Jags, they defeated CJ Stroud and the Texans 24-21. My question to y'all is, can the Jags hang on and win the AFC South? They're sitting at the top of the division right now. They're 8-3.
Talking about some crazy work. CJ Stroud put in some crazy work on the boys. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, he's legit.
But I mean, to talk more about the Jaguars, bro. They're more of they're another one of my teams that kind of underperformed for what I thought they was gonna do this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I honestly agree.
You about to anger him. You gotta get him mad.
Yeah, go ahead,
See?
bro. Go ahead and chew your food.
He thinks
man.
I told you, bro. He knows everything. He knows everything.
I
knows everything.
I
thought Jacksonville was gonna be much of a better team than they was, especially with T-Law. I thought T-Law was gonna have. I honestly agreed. I liked the Lil's pick when he picked T-Law to win MVP. He's looking like he's not gonna win that MVP at all. But I like that pick. I thought he was honestly gonna, have more of an electrifying year. But this Jacksonville team shows me more. They do still have some room for improvement. They still gonna improve. I'm not gonna lie. They have a lot of room to grow, and they are growing. They just gotta put the pieces together. They gotta get more consistent. They could win out. They could win the AFC South. They could. I think that they could. I feel like they're still the team to beat in the AFC South with that win over Houston. If Houston would have beat them, I'm not gonna lie, they would have had a problem. Houston, we have a
having a whole
problem.
different conversation.
We have a
having a
problem,
whole different conversation right now.
Yeah, but they snuck away with that win. CJ Stroud almost, he almost had that game-winning drive again. But you win some, you lose some. Houston got some years too, but Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville's in a good spot to take it.
I agree with you, and I think the problem is like, Jacksonville is they have a good record, but from the eye test,
watching the game,
I don't like them like that. And that was my pick coming into the year. That was
I get called a hater.
That was my pick, but based off of the eye test, bro, if you're just watching the games, you're just watching football, bro, they are a lot more talented than what they're performing, like than what they really look like. Yes, they have a winning record and it looks good, and you're right, they probably will end up, winning out. But still, this is a team that I had super high hopes for, and when I watched them, I just found myself getting frustrated because it's like, all right, they're inconsistent. Trevor Lawrence can go out there throw for 300 yards. The next game he throw for 140, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Travis Etienne is out there getting a touchdown every game, but yet they still haven't figured it out on offense yet. You're not getting the ball to Calvin Ridley as much as you're supposed to be getting. You got all these weapons on offense, and I think they have a lot of great receivers on that offense. But yet
Christian Kirk, they got a good core.
They're just from the eye test. They just don't look like a team that's going to run away with it, like the whole thing. I don't really see them getting super far in the playoffs like that. I want them to, but I don't really see it. So that's my take on that.
The thing is this, bro. What are we talking about right now, bro? This team is 8-3 at the end of the day. Y'all over here talking about
so are the Detroit Lions, but you hate them.
Listen. Hear me out.
Oh my
they
God.
play them in the same type of way too.
Exactly.
It's ugly wins though.
I can say. The only thing I can say is Jacksonville had one horrible loss. The other loss was to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs.
And they had
the other loss was to Houston. As we can see, Houston is a good team. So it's not like they're losing bad games. They're going out there and taking care of business. We done seen Detroit get smoked by the Seahawks. The Green Bay Packers game wasn't close. We seen them get smoked by the Ravens. We haven't seen that. Listen, yes. Do we think this offense should have been more explosive? Yes, for 100% sure. But they're figuring out ways to win. T. Law went for over 300 yards passing. He spread the ball around. Ridley had 89. Kirk had 89. Luke Farrell had 55. Everett Ingle had 49. He's spreading the ball around. The issue earlier in the year, he was too reliant on Calvin Ridley. He was trying to get the ball to Calvin Ridley way too much instead of using everybody that he had like he did last year, right? And then we want to talk about Travis Etienne had a bad game, but for most of the season, he's been clicking. Imagine if they get everything clicking together. They're figuring out that passing game with what they have already with Travis Etienne. That team is very good and explosive. I didn't have the highest expectation. Like I didn't have them Super Bowl or anything like that, but they are exactly what I thought they were going to be at this point.
And I feel like you just said the same thing we're saying, but in a different term. You know what I mean? Like, you just name all the weapons that basically I just agree with you. I said they got
literally, bro. That's exactly what I think about.
But what we're
still underwhelming.
We're saying, you said they're not as explosive as we thought they were going to be. I just said they're not based off the eye test. When I watch them, I'm not that impressed. You know what I mean? I'm not that impressed. So
it should have been the top. In my eyes, this was a top five offense going into the season.
I feel like that team on paper, and talent wise, if I was just ranking them, I would put
it should be a top 5 offense.
Listen, they could wholeheartedly be better. But we don't say nothing about Baltimore and their offense when it looks bad.
Yes, we do.
We say something about Lamar. We don't say something about the offense. Because they say they be winning.
Broken pieces and they
you was just vouching for Lamar MVP.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I vouch for Lamar MVP, but I've talked about his slippery hand receivers. What do you mean?
No.
Come
No.
on, man.
Man,
No.
look. All I'm gonna say is Jacksonville, y'all pretty much stole what I was gonna say. So it's really not no point for me to beat that drum. Jacksonville, this offense had a potential in the offseason. Yes, I wouldn't say it was wild for Khalil to say T-Law was gonna be the MVP. I think it was a little bit far-fetched. I didn't think he was going to win MVP. He's a talented quarterback. I don't think he could win MVP just yet.
Who was your MVP?
I think next year is definitely a real shot. I don't even
Who's that?
remember. I think it's Mahomes. I think it was, but
Way to go out.
But
Way to go out
that
on
was
a
your
limb there.
preseason.
oh, okay. Relax. Anyway, this offense is just this is a good team. They're 8-3. Dougie P got them boys going, but it's 8-3. It's just like the Detroit Lions. It's their ugly wins, and it's like, okay, this team maybe they're also going to be a first or second round exit. This division, I'm not going to say it's up for grabs. I feel like Jacksonville can have a firm hand on this division, a firm lead, but don't sleep on Houston. They'll creep. They've been showing everybody this year they can creep up on you and probably snag it down.
I mean,
and I'm not gonna lie, Indy.
Right now.
Exactly, they only up 2 games, and Indy not too far behind. They have the same record as Houston, but we know about the Colts though. But again, it's NFL. You can't sleep on no team. You can't. You can have your predictions and opinions, but you can't sleep on no team. But this Jacksonville team can win the division. They just gotta be better. Like this offense has too much potential. This quarterback has too much potential to be where they are.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville's definitely finding their footing. They won a lot of games in a row straight, but it's got to be a tad bit better in my opinion. But they can't
like we had him as Super Bowl. I don't think any of us had him there as a Super Bowl contender.
No,
we just thought they was gonna be a very good.
I can't lie. I did in the beginning. I did.
No, I ain't have them as contenders, bro. But
I just thought they was gonna be good. They're good.
I just wanted to see that offense be more electric. That's all.
I was saying the same thing.
Yeah, because just coming into the season, I'm looking at the roster like, oh yeah, they're going to be a problem. And I'm looking at the other teams. I'm like, all right, they might be better than a lot of teams in the league. So yeah, I had them up there. I had them as contenders. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I'm a little disappointed. Even though it says 8-3, I'm looking at this team and like, all right, it's ugly wins. They have some bad losses, whatever that happens. That's football. But I'm looking at them like, all right, I don't really see Super Bowl bound. I might, like he said, they might get bounced out the playoffs, maybe the first or second round.
Yeah. They just as disappointing as the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just keeping it in the bead, bro. Same record and all. Same bad losses.
You can't compare.
Only one bad loss for Dallas. That blowout for 49ers was crazy.
Last game we're gonna cover for the night for the NFL. Let's talk about these Broncos, man. They've been on a 5-game winning streak. They defeated the Cleveland Browns 29-12. And my question to you guys is, should we start finally putting some respect on the Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Time out. We could sit here and talk about the Broncos. But y'all know who we should really be talking about. Talk about them. Let me hear it.
Let's ride.
Talk about them.
All right. Here's the thing about the Broncos to me. I feel like they found more of their identity. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna take them serious, but I feel like we finally see some type of, some type of rise in this roller coaster that they on right now. I mean, if you look at it, besides last game, well, not last game, the game before last, they limited the attempts of throws for Russell Wilson. They have tried to keep the ball out of his hand. They've run the ball a lot more. And when you see what happens when they run that ball and they give the ball to their rushers, they actually produce some offense. I mean, like Lil's been saying this for the longest. Russell Wilson's not the Russell Wilson that we seen back in their LOB days where, where he was actually throwing a lot and everything. He's not that same Russell Wilson. So you got to start giving him some leeway and start giving him more options outside of just throwing the ball. So now they're running the ball. I feel like they're finding more of their identity with their offense now, making him throw a lot less. He's not turning the ball over. He's actually, giving you at least a touchdown with his arm. And that's more of what they're doing now. We didn't have too much of a question on that defense. Yeah, they got 70 put on for them. That's hurting their points per game, of course. But the defense really wasn't too bad when they're healthy. So I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna take them serious, but I can see them getting better now. I can see them picking it up.
So for me, Like I agree with what you said, but I had to go the other way. I take them a little bit more serious now than what I did to begin with. And the reason why I say that is because they've been beating a lot of talented teams. That the Browns teams, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still trying to figure out what to do with their quarterback situation. But defensively, that's not a team you just go out and put 30 points on. You know what I mean? Just so yeah. I in that aspect, like you said, they're trying to they found their footing. They got their identity. Russ is not young anymore. He can't scramble and make things happen and extend plays as much as he used to back in the day. I understand that, but now they understand how to play to his strengths and limit his weakness, like you said. And I think because of that, right? I think I don't really, like I said, I don't really see them going super far, but I wouldn't be surprised if they knock somebody off. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if they shock the world. And so yeah, I agree with what you said. So
The Broncos have figured out take the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands and good things may happen. That's essentially what it's been. Because if you really look at the numbers, Russell Wilson putting up Justin Fields type passing numbers. Like, look at if you really
You're not wrong.
Look at it. In his 5-game win streak, he's went for 134, 1 touchdown, 259, 1 touchdown. It's probably his best game. 193, 2 touchdowns, 114, 3 touchdowns, 194, a touchdown. That was his last 5 games on his win streak. And that game when he went 114 and 3 touchdowns. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Bills game, they kept him in that. The Chiefs game, Chiefs just played horrible, in my opinion. I'm not taking this team serious. Maybe they sneak in the playoffs, maybe not. They're right there with Houston and Cleveland, those boys right there. So like, if y'all want to put them in that category, cool. They're not the bottom of the AFC like people were saying.
Yeah,
but I'm not taking this team serious. I'm still not sold on Russell Wilson. He's not carrying.
You hate Russell Wilson.
He's not.
I can tell.
I don't hate Russell Wilson. I just been in front of the bus. He's not a winner. I'm sorry to tell you that. He's not a winner. But anyway, yeah, I mean, they learned to run the football and limit the touches on Russell Wilson, and they can win some football games.
I mean, at a certain point, as a quarterback, as a player, you got to understand you can't do the same things you used to do. If we look at the NBA with Westbrook, right? You can't rely on just pure athleticism to get you hot anymore. So them running the ball and them establishing that identity and actually winning games, regardless of how they win it, because we give praise to the Jags, but we don't give praise to the Lions. So I look at it kind of the same way. They're winning games regardless of how they do it, and because of that, yeah, I kind of have to. I'm not saying they're going to go to the playoffs and go far, but I have to take them more serious than what I would have 3 weeks ago or 4. So that's my
exactly. And I'm gonna go just straight off of that. Yes, they won 5 straight. And Khalil, you're right. We stopped making Russell Wilson. When they stopped trying to make Russell Wilson do so much, good things happen. And I'm not gonna lie, this Broncos defense, they've been playing stout the last probably 5 to 7 weeks of football.
Yeah,
they've kept this team in these games, and these wins have come off the straight for the defense.
Yeah,
we seen the Buffalo game, the Kansas City game, we seen it this game. Like Eamon said, these are quality wins. And yes, Russell Wilson has been the best. He's not as athletic. Sean Payton has had to water down his offense and tell Russell Wilson where to throw and where to make the proper reads, because I feel like Russell was still confusing his offense. That's no excuse for a vet that's been in the league for over 10 years. But regardless, this team, they have won 5 straight, and they're in a playoff hunt right now. They're not going to win the division. We know who's going to win their division, but they're in the hunt. They have a chance to make a wild card spot, probably in the 6 or 7 range, but they have a chance still. You got to put some respect on it. But do I see them making the playoffs still? No. But I'm going to give them kudos for this 5-game win streak and what they have done against these quality wins. They beat your favorite quarterback. They beat Mahomes.
Oh, that's your favorite quarterback?
That's one of them. No. We're getting a jersey made for him for Christmas. It's going to be a 4-player jersey, bro. It's Derek Carr, Dak Prescott.
No, you getting Dennis a Derek Carr jersey. You ain't get me no Derek.
Give me a Derek Carr jersey. I'll take the Derek Carr jersey. I don't care.
But that's pretty much
it's better than a Dak jersey. And we getting him one. We getting Lil one.
I mean, That been playing VPS. So, hey, man.
Hey,
let's do
but
it.
that's all I really gotta say about the Denver Broncos. You gotta put a little bit of respect on them. They have a chance to make the playoffs. And we're in week 12. We're about to go into week 13. We're almost at the fourth quarter of the year. We'll talk about that next week. But ladies and gentlemen,
keep the ball out of Russ' hands, that'd be good. Let's ride.
For sure. But ladies and gentlemen, let us know what y'all think about week 12. We are almost 3/4 way done with the year. Give us your thoughts and opinions about these 5 games that we listed. There's games that we didn't talk about and that y'all want to know our opinions on. Leave that in the comment section below. Sticking with the NFL, let's talk about these coaches that's been fired recently. We got Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada. He got fired. We got Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels. He has been fired as well. That happened about almost a couple weeks ago. In the offensive coordinator as well. Also, the most recent one that just happened today, Carolina Panthers head coach Frank Reich has been fired. Are any of these firings shocking to you? And do you feel like these should have been sooner? And also, I'm going to add an additional question. Which coach do y'all think that should have been fired if he hasn't been fired already? Let's get those two out the way.
So for me, I wouldn't say like I'm shocked, right? So with the whole Matt Canada situation, I try to look at sometimes offensive coordinators call plays because of their lack of trust in the quarterback. Because if I don't feel like
that's a fact.
If I don't feel like that quarterback can make that throw, I'm not gonna call it. And like we talk about Russ just now, right? Russ, he's having a problem with the offense, making reads and things of that nature, right? So what did it do? You watered down the offense and then you try to make it easier for him. For a long time, I felt like when everybody was getting on Matt Canada, I felt like, well, Kenny Pickett he's not really that good. I always felt like he really wasn't that good, and I felt like because there was a lack of trust, that's why the play calling was not as good or as what's the word explosive as Steelers fans would have liked it to be. But I do feel like that firing was necessary. So now we can really see who was it? Was it Matt Canada or is it really? And Kenny Pickett was throwing the ball pretty. I thought he was throwing the ball pretty well last game. So we'll see where this goes. But that was, as far as the other firings, should have happened a little bit sooner. The Panthers, that should have happened a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, I feel sad for Bryce Young. He's back there just sad.
He's back there running for his life.
For his life. What more can he do? Honestly, what more can he do?
It's coming like Justin Fields for the last couple of years.
Yeah. So
right for his life.
Yeah. So that's my thought on it. I do think the fire of Matt Canada was necessary, but for a while I felt like the play calling was a certain way because of the lack of trust. Even if we look, I know we're not talking about college right now, but look at Colorado and Shadur, right? You gotta drop a lot of quick passes, a lot of slants. Why? Because the offensive line is terrible. Not because of the lack of trust in Shadur, but because the offensive line is bad. So you got to design plays that work towards your strengths. And I feel like because Kenny Pickett wasn't that good, and then you couldn't get the running game going, right? Because now
Najee has been disappointed.
You're in shotgun trying to run.
Najee Harris.
Jalen Warren is like that.
Jalen Warren been turned up more than Najee Harris.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, you're not even running plays out of the right formation for a running back like Najee Harris, a big back. You shouldn't be. There's no reason why he should be running the ball out of shotgun. That's ridiculous. That's not his forte.
That's right. Jalen Warren.
That's why Jalen Warren looks so bad. He looks so much better because that's exactly better for him that way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but anyways, I'm done.
Which coach do you think should have been fired as well amidst these recent firings?
Man, look.
Let's hear that right quick.
I'm gonna say my coach. And I'm gonna say Bill Belichick. Now hear me out.
He on the hot seat too.
I'm gonna say Bill Belichick. I say the decision has to be made. Either Bill Belichick is the coach or he's the GM. He can't be both. I think if we're going to make a decision, I want to keep him as a coach, but since it don't seem like Robert Kraft is going to make that decision, I say get rid of him as a GM, but get rid of him as a coach, man. I'm tired of Bill Belichick, honestly, but that's me though. People are going to be mad about that, but I think he's never really done anything outside of Tom Brady and Lawrence Taylor.
Really? I agree with the Matt Canada, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think Matt Canada should got up out of there, and I'm glad they got him up out of there. Taking a look at this team, I don't think they have a bad roster, bro. Yeah, Kenny Pickett does have some question marks. He does have some question marks, but I don't think he's as bad as people think he is. I'm gonna keep it a beat. I really don't, bro. If you look at some of the pieces on that offense, they can still be effective.
Yeah,
they can still be effective, bro. Like we just talked about another team where they have a pretty question mark quarterback in Russell Wilson, but they're finding that clicks and other players and doing things in other ways, and they have an offense where they could do that. So I'm gonna be honest, bro. Matt Canada was the issue in my opinion. Matt Canada was the issue. So I want to see who they got coming in there. I feel like first of all, one thing I could definitely think I really do disagree with. I don't think it was Ken Dorsey's fault. The Bills OC, I'm not putting that on Ken Dorsey, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I'm not, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You cannot blame turnovers on the OC. I just can't do it, bro. I can't blame turnovers on the OC, bro. Yes, the calls be bad.
I feel like the only reason why Josh Allen has developed that good was to Brian Daboll.
Bro, the call can be bad, but turnovers is straight physical mistakes, bro. That's physical mistakes. That's something that you do. You're a football player, bro. You don't throw the ball to the other team. You don't drop the ball off your hands, no matter what the play was. Plain and simple. So I don't really agree with that firing too much. I just don't think it was his problem.
Amos, you got something to say?
I was gonna ask you a question. I was gonna say, but you can't you attribute that to bad coaching
or play call?
Like what you mean? Like you could say like turnovers is bad coaching.
I put it like this. I put it like this. I can justify that firing because there's no reason why there should be that many RPOs. You should be able to run a football a little bit more. You should be having a little bit more creativity because what we've seen in that offense, if you actually watch that offense, if they line up in certain sets, whether it's 2x2, empty, certain things, they do the same thing. It's the same thing.
That's a fact.
So
just like Dolphins offense, just like Miami offense.
Yeah,
we know what's gonna happen.
You got a point for sure.
We know what's gonna happen.
So like, when your quarterback is y'all leading rusher and he's getting the most attempts, and he's that you do have there's a lot of question marks around that.
But it's not even that. But it's like okay, the Bills come out in this set or this formation. Oh, they're going to do this. They're going to run an option route. Whatever. And give it new OC, but that's how Bradbury got that pick in the last game because the Bills came out in that 2x2 set and they ran the option route and he knew that they was going to go. He was going to throw it to the flat. Bradbury jumped it. He completely left his man because he was no factor. That's just watching film and knowing that when they do this is what's going to happen, and that's what happened a lot in that Buffalo offense.
Yeah. Another one, Jack Del Rio got fired too for the Commanders. I don't think that I think that Ron Rivera should have got fired first. I'm just keeping it a bean. I don't know how he's still there.
I don't know about
how he's still there.
I think Ron Rivera
gotta go, bro.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's not like it's not, but that's another thing. It's not like that defense hasn't done something before, bro. It's not like they haven't stopped people, bro. We've seen it with the Eagles.
That's true.
They have stopped us multiple times, bro. So like, that was a question mark to me. I feel like Ron Rivera should have been out of there first. Jack Del Rio, he's not the best, but I feel like Ron Rivera should have definitely went. But the coaches that I feel like that need to go right now, Brandon Staley needs to go, bro. Brandon Staley needs to go.
Thank you.
Yo, bro.
If he is on your list, put the drugs down.
I can't say it so much, bro. Y'all know I be giving yes. I be giving the quarterback shit, but yeah, it's 100% Brandon Staley, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's 100% him. And Lil, your boy, Pete Carmichael, he got to go, bro. He got to go, bro. It's over with. He has to go. He's next up on that list, bro. He got to go. Those are my top two right now that need to be going. Those should be the next two fired.
When you look at the coaches that have been fired so far, I think they all make sense in some capacity, shape, form, or another. When you look at Raiders, Josh McDaniels has never been a good head coach. Nobody thought he was going to be a good head coach. He was a bad head
Nah,
coach
bro.
last year
Like that.
Next.
on a
Trash.
I ain't even have to say
playoff
nothing
team.
about that
Trash.
one.
Yeah,
Everybody knew that
Yeah,
was terrible.
next.
yeah.
Next.
So like, don't really need to mention them. We see what that team look like now that he's gone. Frank Wright and the Panthers, they've looked bad. Frank Wright has not. He's looked checked out. He looks like he's been checked out for weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you actually watch them, they've been desperate. They've been back and forth. Frank Wright was calling the plays. Then you give it to the OC. Then you take back over. The offense has really not looked too good. Obviously, there's a much to be desired with what they got on that team, but there has been no bright spots. Nothing to say, oh yeah, this is our guy. This is what we're going to build around. We can build something and move forward with this. We haven't seen that with the Panthers, understandably so. Touched on the Buffalo situation already. Steelers and Matt Canada. That offense has been bad. When you look at that offense has been outgained in every single game this year. Besides this last one, when they put up over 400 yards, was it the first time they did that since 2021? So that just goes to show you that, whatever limitations or whatever you think about Kenny Pickett, whatever the case may be, obviously one game removed, this offense seems to be able to move the football. Maybe it's an anomaly, but Matt Canada couldn't get him to move the football at all. So rightfully so to fire them as well. When you look at the Commanders, I mean that defense has been was underwhelming this year. When you look at who they had, there's a reason why they kind of blew up that defensive line, traded away Chase Young, traded away Montez Sweat. They started to get some young guys in there. They got some new energy. I personally think the enemy should be the head coach of that team. That should be the next head coach of that team. When you look at
Facts.
what he has done with that
Facts.
team,
I like that
That
move.
is facts.
I hate it for the
That's
Eagles,
facts.
but I like that move for the organization.
I think it's
when you look at
fine.
Sam Howell, nobody really thinks Sam Howell's all that good, but Sam Howell does lead the NFL in passing yards, being because of what the plays that they've been drawing up. We've seen Sam Howell have some good games, and the defense let him down.
Oh yeah.
There's been some times where the defense has let them down. Like, we've got what we can get from this guy. I need your help, and we couldn't get their help. So from that standpoint, I think Ron Rivera should definitely be out of there. I just, Commanders and the whole organization is just fishy. They just got a new owner, so it's time to rebuild this thing from the ground up. Take the pieces. They kind of started semi blowing it up a little bit, but get rid of the coach. Get a new voice in there, whether it's the enemy or somebody else that you think can run that team, and get them over the hump and get them competing back in that division again. They did win it, I think, 2020, so get them back in that contention again. When you look at it as well, I mean, nobody really got to mention anything about Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley's been bad for 3 years now. Ain't nothing new. This team is 4-7.
Terrible, bro.
Without roster and that offense, there's no reason why you should be 4-7. When you look at everything that they have on that defense, there's no reason why that defense should not be balling and playing. When you got Khalil Mack, one of the top leaders in sacks this year, going crazy. You got Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Kenneth Walker. You got players all over, Asante Samuels Jr. You got players all over that defense, and defense is supposed to be your strong suit. And for some reason, shape, form, or another, they can't get over the hump, whatever the case may be. You give up 41 points to Detroit. You let Green Bay put up 23 on you. You gave up 20 to Baltimore. Like, you're just getting outscored. Yes, some of it is on Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert needs to be better, but you can only ask the guy to do so much at the end of the day when your coaches make bad coaching decisions, dumb coaching decisions. Sometimes we sit there and question, like, how did he even get this job? Don't need to mention the Saints. I already don't mention the Saints. Blow the whole thing up. I'm kind of over it at this point. For me, it's really nothing good going on.
I don't think Dennis Allen should go, though. I don't think he should go.
Listen,
He should be a defensive coordinator. He should not be a head coach.
He is a lieutenant, not a general. I heard somebody's been preaching that for a while. And that's exactly what it is. He's a lieutenant, not a general.
Yes, sir.
He calls a damn good defense.
Exactly.
We watched him give Brady fits. Like, he calls a damn good defense, but as a head coach, the message is not relaying to the players. You can see it in the locker room. Like, the message is just not getting across. He doesn't put fire into this team. He's not like a Mike T or even like a McDaniels. McDaniels is not a fiery guy, but he resonates with his players. His players,
exactly,
know what's up. It's just not the same thing that's going down there in New Orleans. And as far as the New England situation, they play. Their issue is, and don't get day one started, but you killed Mac Jones' development. You killed it.
No. Don't even do that. Don't say they
What?
killed nothing. Mac Jones is garbage. Get him
No.
out of here.
No, I
Please.
want to know what you
Bro,
mean by they kill his development. What you mean by
Thank
that?
you.
killed-
This is a Patriots fan.
Listen,
This is a Patriots fan.
You
Please.
killed. Listen.
I don't even want to go no more. I don't want to go no more. I'm letting you know I'm not going for this topic.
Listen,
No, because y'all took everything I was gonna say, so I got nothing to say. But definitely, I'm in on this one. Let's go.
Listen, hear me out. So when you look at Mac Jones did have this team in the playoffs, right? Right. His rookie year, right? His rookie year. Okay. So then Josh McDaniels leave. Josh McDaniels leave. You give him a defensive coordinator and a special team coach to run that offense and to develop him. What are we supposed to do with that? So that you pretty much has taken a whole year 2 of development when a lot of players start to grow and take a next step. He took a step back, right? And then you come into this year, he struggles. What you do? You bench him, then come in. Oh yeah, you're our starting quarterback the next week. How does that?
I would have best him for good.
How does that?
I said this. People call me crazy. I said this.
How you developing your quarterback?
Bench him.
Please,
bench Mac Jones.
Please tell me how you do. They didn't. The Jets don't even bench Zach Wilson when he's playing bad. They're trying to help him figure it out. That's what you need to do with young quarterbacks. They're trying to have.
They just bench Zach Wilson. He is like their third string quarterback now.
After playing bad for how long? It took him 11 games.
Mac Jones played horrible the whole year.
Bench Mac Jones.
Besides the game against the Eagles in week 1, he's played horrible.
Mac Jones been playing
what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if every time I'm
struggling? I agree with both of y'all. I'm gonna be
every
honest.
time I'm struggling, you bench me, and then come Monday, oh yeah, you're still our guy. We want you out there next game. 2 games later, you bench me again. It's like, bro, I can't figure it out. I can't develop as a player if every time I'm messing up, I can't learn from my mistake. It's like, oh man, you messed up. You can't learn from.
Bro, he's not Brady, but who is his receivers again?
No. We see that's the thing though. We can't use that argument. Though,
I'm not even saying it from that standpoint.
But
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
But this is why I go back to saying we got to either get rid of Bill Belichick, because at the end of the day he has too much power. The decision that you're talking about is made solely by him. He makes all those decisions. He's not good.
You gotta look at that.
He's not that good, but he's overrated. Because even Brady complained about the same thing. Get me some weapons. You can't worry about his development if he doesn't have any weapons. Because now we're going to turn around and blame it on the lack of receivers. But we see Tom Brady did it. You know what I mean? We see other. You know what I mean? So
come on, that's Brady though, bro. We can't compare him to nobody.
I get it. I get it, and I'm not saying Mac Jones is Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's up there, but I'm saying if we're worried about his development, then we got to put that still on Bill Belichick. That's what I mean when I say we got to get rid of him.
I agree with that more because the game is more progression. It's leaving Bill's era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I agree with that more. But again, I still put it on the wideouts.
Mac Jones is terrible, bro.
Look
bad.
Look at what these other young quarterbacks are getting at their disposal to be able to grow and get their full potential. We're not going to see Mac Jones come on. What are we supposed to do if your OC is a defensive coordinator and a special teams coach? Do you think he's set up for success like that? That's like saying, yeah, bro. We're gonna have Dennis Allen call the offensive plays, and then it doesn't work, and you're shocked.
Maybe Mac needs to be in a different system, but as a Patriots,
exactly,
you don't want him.
Exactly. All right, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta move on. We still got college football to talk about. Now you good? Because we spent a lot of time talking about this topic, but I ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna say shit. Let me say that real quick. Let me just say something. I'm not gonna chime in on this. I said what I had to say already. I don't really got no opinions on the coaches, honestly. But everybody, not that I don't got no opinions. Everybody pretty much stole what I was going to say. So there's no point in me hitting that nail with the hammer. So we're just going to move on. But let's know what recent coach firings you guys thought of. Give us your opinions on those that's been happening. Let us know who y'all think should also be fired as well that wasn't fired. Give us your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. All right, moving on to the next topic, college football week 13. This past week was rivalry week. We got some great games to cover. I hope y'all was tuned in, but we're going to cover it if y'all weren't tuned in. Let's get into it right now. First game we're going to kick off with Big Ten matchup, Michigan. They defend their home turf in Ann Arbor. They defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes 30-24. for the game-sealing interception thrown by Kyle McCord.
Nah, get your head out the hood. Get your head.
Unstring your hoodie, sir.
Oh, he's an Ohio
Unstring your hoodie. Oh yeah, he's a big Ohio State fan.
Right.
Now you should have saw this coming though.
I've been telling him for 3 years now.
You
He
should have
still
saw this
don't
coming.
listen.
Why didn't you wait? Why didn't you see?
All right, so man, I seen it coming. I did. And
Okay.
let's not look. If you go back and watch, I did say that Michigan's probably gonna get them again. I said it when we did our predictions for our schedules. But I mean, it was a great game. It was a great game, and the question marks around Ohio State showed in this game. You played the best team that y'all played all year, and the question marks that's been the question marks all year showed. And it was mainly Kyle McCord and the play calls. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, you struggled to get Marvin Harrison involved until the fourth quarter. He had one catch until the fourth quarter.
That was bad.
This is the best. This is arguably one of the best players in the nation you're talking about, and you struggle to get him the ball. Against, I'm gonna be honest, there's not DBs that this is not Georgia's DBs that you're playing right now. You know what I mean? This is a decent defense.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh, put some respect on Michigan's defense.
Yeah.
They
bro,
like that.
They front seven like that. But I'm sorry, bro. With these, they DBs, they had no reason to be even running with them, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
I forgot what's number 2 name, but he was putting hands on Marvin Harrison.
He's nice.
He was. You can't lie. He was.
Hands on that boy.
Nice, bro.
He was. I was like, ooh.
He was.
Crap.
I think
for some reason, I don't know why he's one of the most pressed. They brought that stat up. He's one of the most pressed receivers in the nation. I don't know why that's a thing, but they do press him a lot. It's like for some reason every team wants to press him up. I don't know why they think he's not 6'4", 230. Well, I think like 215.
Shit,
like
I should have told Michigan. I ain't
gonna lie though,
man.
A receiver like that.
I ain't gonna say it hurt my heart. But it did, you know. But like I said, bro, I seen it coming. Michigan's a great team, and you know, we'll see them definitely in the playoffs. Iowa has no shot next week, so we'll definitely see Michigan in the playoffs.
You said what?
Iowa has
I like
shot.
that though. I like that.
Playoffs. Ohio State?
No, I said Michigan.
You said Ohio State gonna see him in the playoffs?
He said Ohio State not gonna make it to the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Ohio State. Nah, bro. I've been saying this before. I don't even know why Ohio State was in the top 4 with their struggles, bro. But I said it, bro. Don't act like I ain't saying it, bro. I said it before. I'm an Ohio State fan, bro. But with their struggles, bro, I didn't see it. They didn't even dominate bad teams. Like, how could you? Come on.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is college football now. This ain't the NFL. You feel me? This is college football. You dominate where it's supposed to be dominated.
For me, the biggest, first of all, it's nice getting some honesty from an Ohio State fan, because
finally,
finally,
because it's been a long time. It took a lot of humbling for that to come.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, y'all literally from the beginning of the season to the end, y'all got one game circled because y'all know that's the only game y'all really got to show out for. So my biggest takeaway from that game would honestly be, because I knew Michigan was going to win, but I was really impressed with Ohio State defense, especially that D line. I was really impressed. I was impressed with it. I can't even sit here and lie to you. As far as, come on, you talking about probably one of the best running back tandems in the nation for college football. You know what I mean, with Edwards and Corum. Like,
Blake Corum.
I think you guys did a great job, you know, securing. Don't get me wrong, with a team like that, there's only so much you really can do. It's like the 49ers. It's not really
run defense was never the problem though. It was our pass defense.
But I'm saying though, I always felt like y'all as a team, the offense is the shakiest part, but I didn't think y'all defense was that good. So I was impressed with that. But offensively, yeah, Kyle McCord he's young. I'm not going to say he's terrible. He is young and inexperienced, so I'm not going to hold too much against him. And then also I feel like Ryan Day always get out coached when it comes to the big game, and we're not talking about that because everybody say, oh, he's 50-4, but yeah, he played 50. He played
those 4 games.
No, it's
He
50,
played 50 trash
54 and
teams.
7, I
That's
think.
gonna go on to my question that
54
I
and
have
7,
for y'all.
whatever
Them
his
still
record is.
games. Them still
Whatever the
games,
record
bro.
is, he's played questionable teams. So when
Again,
it
the
comes to
loss of all
big
question.
games, when it comes to the big games, that's when you got to show that you are worth that money and you're worth the hype. He's an Ohio State football coach. You can't lose 3 in a row to Michigan. You can't do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if y'all, if y'all look for somebody else to try to get rid of him. But yeah, that's my takeaway from it. Yeah. So
I'm gonna say this. You ain't going to nobody else. Who you gonna get? Unless you're gonna get Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, somebody like that. Ain't nobody else better than out there. Be honest with you. Like he's only losing to 3 games in the playoffs, 3 games in Michigan. I forgot what the other game was, but he's not. It's not like he's losing.
I think it was a Purdue or something like that.
Yeah,
You gotta fire and have an answer after.
But the thing is, like, you're gonna have a winning record if I play 10 trash teams and 1 good team, I'm gonna have a winning record. I'm liable to be 10-1.
He's also bringing in top.
I want to see.
He got the highest recruiting class right now.
I understand that because of what Ohio State is. People obviously want to go there, and they throwing bread. They're wearing. So I get that, but I'm saying when you talk about that rivalry, which is honestly probably the greatest rivalry in college football, you have to win one of those. You can't lose 3 in a row. Honestly, to me, you can't do that. I don't care who you beat before. I don't care what happened before. You can't lose that game. You can't beat up on Penn State. You can't beat up on Penn State every year and be like, oh, we're so good. Nah, Penn State is Penn State. They're gonna have good linebackers, good defense, but offensively, they're not ever gonna beat it.
When you look at it, Michigan has had the better team all 3 years, in my opinion. Michigan is just the more physically dominant team. You talk about this defense. This defense is one of the best defenses in all of the nation. When you really look at the landscape, it's not many defenses you're taking over Ohio State defense pound for pound. But when we look at Michigan offense, Michigan finds a way to get it done. Blake Corum had him a day, 88 yards on the ground, 2 tutties. And this is his first time he's been healthy in this rivalry. Because last year he was hurt.
Yeah.
The year before that, he didn't play much.
Yeah.
This is his first game. This was, personal for him too, because he hasn't played in this. But
I wouldn't say he had a game though.
88.
If you watch it, he was getting punched in the mouth, bro. Like
the stats say he had a game, but that's what from the look of it.
Yeah, like if you watch the game, he really didn't have too much of a game. Like
he had
a solid game.
Standard.
He had a solid game.
He had a very good game, in my opinion. I mean, as a team, they rushed for 156 rushing yards. JJ McCarthy was very efficient, 16 for 20, 148, 1 touchdown, no turnovers. That is key. Michigan did lose their heart and soul of their offense, in my opinion, and Zach Zinter. He went down with a very gruesome leg injury. He's going to be out. And at that point, honestly, like that team kind of looked shocked. And then the crowd got them back into it. And then what happens, right? The very first play after that, Blake Corum goes in for a touchdown. And I really did not think Kyle McCord was going to put together a drive to get this team in the end zone to win that game, in my personal opinion. It was just a matter of time. The pressure got to him, to an interception, in case may be. But you turn the ball over 2 times too. Like that's just not going to get it done. You had 28 carries for 107 yards. Got to be a little bit better than that if you want to win at the big house. The biggest stadium, most fans, crowds rocking. But I mean, like I said, I really don't have much to say because I've seen this coming. I've been telling y'all this since beginning of the year. Michigan is one of the best football teams on stack. They're built very solid in the interior where it matters the most. Like, it's so funny, bro.
Because I know Dino's hurting right now, bro.
That's facts.
He hurting.
Mad at that. That's facts, though.
Like they built this team the right way. Put it like that. They built this team the right way to win games like this.
Honestly, this is a really, really good game. This game is everything what I expected it to be. JJ McCarthy, he didn't have to throw for too much. Kyle McCord, like Eamon said, this is a young quarterback. He just needs more time to grow. But honestly, bro, those turnovers really hurt, and they let Michigan, like, the turnovers allowed Michigan to win this game, especially the game drive that ended in an interception. It just happens. And Michigan, they are the better team offensively. Defensively, but just all aspects of the game, Michigan got them. I think Ohio State has a slightly better defense, but that's debatable. But this is a great game. Honestly, I'm not gonna really put this loss too much on Ohio State, like as a whole, because this is a great game. These games are always great. But I'm just sorry, bro. Ryan Day in big games, he is very questionable. I'm not gonna lie. Besides that Georgia game last year in the playoffs, any other time I've seen Ryan Day coach against these great teams, he just doesn't get it done.
Yeah.
He just doesn't get it done. But I don't really have too much to say about this game. This is just a great win by Michigan. We now know that it will be Michigan versus Iowa in the Big Ten Championship, which we'll preview that on Friday's episode. Just good win by Michigan. Go blue, I guess.
Get that go blue.
All right, enough about the team up north, man. Enough about the team up north.
My bad, bro.
They earned their respect. You better put some respect.
Enough about the team up north, man. I'm looking forward to 2024.
All right, let's move on to the next one. SEC matchup. We saw the Iron Bowl go down in Auburn as Alabama. They defeated Auburn 27-24. Game-winning touchdown pass by Jalen Milroe.
Man, I don't know. Every week I'm more impressed with this Bama team. I can't even lie.
Impressed.
And let me say that. Let me preface this before I go on. Right. This honestly is the least talented team that they've ever had. We can't.
We said this. We said this multiple times.
We can't even sit here and argue with that because that's
had the number one recruiting class.
I understand that, but
those are freshmen.
Bro, they recruit top 3 every year.
Tell me that this is one of the best offenses that they ever had, or one of the best teams in general they ever had, defensive wise too.
Because this team hasn't been like
they have not been that
years.
Have been that good. They have not been.
Name 3 receivers:
Isaiah Bond, Jermaine Burton,
Malik Benson.
I think Malik Benson. Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. So, with this offense, with this offense and this team not being as talented as what we're used to seeing, I will say the fact that they are finding ways to win, I'm impressed by that. And I think this is one of those. And when I see Jalen go down, and he remind me of Hurts, especially when in this game, that last, don't get me, is what he did in the throughout the game was a little questionable, but that last drive, I'm really impressed by that. So I want to see what they can do. Me personally, I still have, I said it since the beginning of the year, I still got Georgia 3-peating. But if this team beat Georgia, I don't know. They might take it off. Maybe I'm tripping, though. We'll see.
We'll see.
That man said, "Give me the Heisman." Did he really say that?
Yeah, he did say that. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Now, why would
the
you?
Hennessy.
Put
the Hennessy down, buddy.
You play big time Division I football. Why would you say that out your mouth?
And you was in the shootout.
Why would you ever say that? You know this. You know everybody's listening. Why would you ever say
Auburn,
that?
buddy?
I can't co-sign on that one. I can't co-sign.
Yeah, no. He was feeling himself after that game winning touchdown, that 31-yard game winning touchdown, but whatever.
Bro, I'm gonna give more of a pat on the back to Auburn, who's been looking like such a shitty team all year, and they went out there and put on a show.
They put it on for Bama
against Bama again.
They did, like
they do every year, whether they're good or bad. So, I mean, Jalen Milroe, I'm gonna be honest, he's still the same Jalen Milroe that I seen from week 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see him as any different or any better of a quarterback than I've seen him since week 1, even after that 4 touchdown performance with his legs. Other than that, I mean, good win though. But I do think it's all saving. I think this team right now is all saving. I'm keeping it a bean. They're not as talented as they used to be, and they don't really have what they used to have. That O-line is still that O-line, though. Don't get me wrong. That O-line is still top-notch. But as far as skill and the quarterback position, it's really one of their down years in a long time. So I'm giving all of the kudos to Saban, bro. Mm-hmm. They make it anyway this year. That's Saban. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And supporting Cass.
I wouldn't say I'm impressed like Amos said, because I am obviously on the whole other side if you watch that game. I mean, this team has been rolling. When you look at the teams that they beat, it's not like they was out here, beating scrubs. Like they put up 42 points against LSU. They beat Tennessee 34-20. They beat Ole Miss when Ole Miss was like
Tennessee is very underwhelming.
Oh yeah, you finally admit it. Finally, you admit
that's
it.
just
I mean,
because
you wearing their colors right
saying
now.
it, bro.
You wearing their colors right now. You're wearing their colors right now.
that's just
You're
because
wearing
your
their
boy
colors
not,
right now. Because
your
your boy
boy
Joe
just
Miller
not
not
who he
playing
thought
that
he
great.
was. I get it.
But go ahead, Khalil. Keep going, Khalil.
But when you look at this game, Bama should have lost this game. And Auburn is not good, bro. Auburn did
Facts.
like not good. It's not like Auburn went out there and did something special, something that we never seen before. Auburn ran one of the dumbest defense I've ever seen on a 4th and 31.
That's
In
That was so
31,
bad.
you
that was
rush
crazy.
two, right? And then they ain't got a quarterback spy. What are you spying for? Jalen Milroe's not going to rush for 31
It's 4
yards
for
on 4th and
31.
31.
Like, come on,
I'll
bro.
tell you that right now. He's not rushing for 31 yards. If he does, that boy better be Derrick Henry on steroids. But need to be drug tested. But like
He
that's one
will
of
get
the
drug
dumbest
tested after that
defense we
game.
had. Like you literally gave him all the time in the world to find a play, and just so happened a player got open. That was just stupid on their part, bro. In my opinion, this is a game they should have lost. They were really like I don't even know why this game even came down to a play like this. When we look at this Auburn team hasn't been good. It wasn't like this Auburn team went out there and lit it up. Peyton Thorne only had 91 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. But yeah, they ran the ball for 244. That's terrible to even get that up. But it's not like, this Auburn team did something like spectacular. It was just down on Bama. In my opinion, I feel worse about Bama after this game than I felt coming into it. I felt like they had a chance, to upset Georgia. But now I'm like, I don't know, bro. Because besides, early in the season, the Texas game, I picked Texas to win that. Seen that coming as always. But the USF game, when Jalen Milroe didn't play, we all questioned what was going on. But from when that point moving forward, they've been rolling. So for them, for them to come out and put on this performance, it's just very disappointing.
Honestly, let me just give my flowers to Auburn real quick. I mean, they gave Georgia fits earlier this year. They gave Bama fits, but Auburn should have won this game. Peyton Thorne is one of the worst quarterbacks in college football. Don't care what no one says. He is abysmal. I just don't like. Every time he's like a deer in headlights to me. He's like I don't like no. I don't like no. And then Alabama. What was this performance? What y'all should have blew them out the water. What was this? What? And then honestly, bro, forget the game. The last call on defense, just like Khalil said, 4th and 31.
Terrible.
What was that? Isaiah Bonga's game-winning touchdown. I don't know how they even was allowed to happen, but it's college football. Miracles happen. Crazy stuff happens on rivalry week, but this is just bad by Auburn. Again, kudos to them for giving good teams shootouts. But bro, if Auburn was just a slightly better team, Bama would not have won this game, and Bama would be contention looking at a college football playoff spot.
Auburn team that lost to New Mexico State just a week ago.
I understand that exactly.
That's the team they was playing, a team that just lost to New Mexico State at home. So
yeah, but honestly, this is bad by Auburn, and honestly, this upcoming week against Georgia, who knows if they got a chance if they came to beat a team like Auburn, or they let Auburn give them fits. Bama has been rolling besides this Texas game and this game, but it's just bad by Alabama. We'll see if they can pick it up against Georgia. All right, another rivalry game for the Pac-12. We saw Washington win by a game-winning field goal, 42 yards. They defeated Washington State 24-21.
I mean, my biggest takeaway from this game is that Washington still finds a way to get it done, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. Washington still finds a way to get it done. Now, you could look at the score or whatever and be like, yeah, it was a close game against Washington State. Let's not act like this Washington State team is a bad team, bro. But we just talked about this last time we was on here. The Pac-12 is 100% the best conference in college football this year. There's been good teams all in and out of that conference, whether they're one of the bottom tier teams like Colorado, who has shocked a lot of people already, and friggin' who do we bring up? Arizona? Are you serious? Like 3rd in the Pac-12 right now. Like, come on, bro. This is not a bad football team, and Washington State has beat some pretty good teams themselves. Yeah, they lost their last couple games and got knocked out of the top 25, but they're not a bad football team. And like I said, Washington just finds a way to still get it done, bro. Michael Penix is still doing his thing. He's still playing flawlessly. And I mean, my biggest question and my question to y'all after y'all takes, is Washington the team to beat right now?
Hell no.
Not a chance. I'll just answer that right now. No.
I think for me, my biggest takeaway from this, it just confirms to me that Washington is another TCU from last year.
Now, so here's the thing. So here's my thing. And I knew I was gonna say that. Here's my thing. How good of a team you think they're gonna be if they go out and they beat Oregon again? Not saying that I'm gonna give y'all my take on that game another time, but I'm saying, how good of a team do y'all think they really are if they go out and they beat Oregon again? Which they're underdogs in right now. Oregon is favored by, I'm pretty sure, 9 points.
Wow.
So
9 points is respectful though.
So I'm saying though. So I'm really speaking in the future right now. Are they the team to beat if they go out and they beat Oregon again? Because that's giving them their 5th top 25 win of the season and an undefeated season.
In the beat, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I'm not sold on them yet.
Well, I already know you still think Georgia going to do a 3-piece. So
yeah, I do. I still do think I still do think that this whole thing runs through Georgia. But I want to give them their flowers. But when I look at this team and the lack of defense, I mean, yeah, it's possible they can beat Oregon. They've done it. They did it before. They can do it again.
That's true.
But I don't know, man. I'm not sold on this team yet. I'm really not sold on them. I really don't have much to say about them, but my personal opinion, I don't think that they're the team to beat, and I don't really trust them per se. And it's not more so on the offense, is I don't trust that defense at all.
I'm sitting real pretty right now. I'm feeling real good right now, man. I feel real confident going.
Y'all lost to them. Why are you still so confident? Y'all lost already.
Lost talking about 3 on the road, bro. Stop it. Anyway,
you Oregon fan?
Lost talking about 3 on the road, please. There's a reason why we're 9-point favorites in this game. Oregon's been rolling. They've been taking care of every team. Then when you look at this Washington team, they've been struggling against every team. We talk about this Washington State team is good. They're 1-7 in their last 8 games.
Yeah.
Did we not realize that? They
did. Yeah, they fell off, bro. They fell off bad.
They're 1-7. Like, bad. Like, the only team they beat was Colorado. They fell off bad. So, like, come on, like, let's be real. Like, they should have never.
They smacked Colorado too.
When you look at this Washington team, they played a close game with Washington State. Bad. They played a close game with Oregon State. Oregon just smoked Oregon State. Wasn't close. They played a close game against Utah. Close game against SC. Stanford was in the game. Arizona State was in the game. It's not like this Washington team has been lights out, anything like that. This Washington team has been looking very suspect. That defense is very suspect. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into, the Pac-12 championship. We're going to talk about that in the next pod. But this Washington team, I don't know, bro.
I feel the same way.
This is if I'm a Washington fan, I'm not feeling good after watching that game. There's no reason why that game should have been close. In my personal opinion, Michael Penix did not have the best game. He only threw for 204 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dylan Johnson had him a solid game with 82 yards on the ground. But that defense allowed Cam Ward to throw for 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 turnovers, and that I believe that's the difference in the game. If they protect the football,
they don't turn the ball. If they turn the ball over, they win this game.
Washington will be having an L.
Bro, Washington State's not that bad, even though their record is bad. They're not.
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure. They're not that bad, right? They lost to Cal and Stanford, but anyway, they're not that bad.
Bro, they did, bro. They got no game with y'all. What you mean?
They lost to
They
Cal.
got no game with Oregon too, but you're not talking about that.
They didn't play Oregon this year. Oh yes, they did. Oregon put up 38. Oregon put up 38 on them.
They They put up
But
38, but then
Oregon's
Oregon
been
let up
dominating everybody.
24.
Oregon been dominating.
They let up 24. What happened to Oregon? Such good defense, bro. This is not a bad football team, bro. Don't discredit them that bad. They got in the dog fights with everybody except for Arizona.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
That's
I
true.
wouldn't say they're a bad football team, but I do agree with you on not being sold on Washington just yet.
Yeah. I mean, this Washington State team was ranked 13th at one point in the season. Let's not forget that.
And then lost 7 out of 8.
But then they lost. That's true. But then they lost the
Then they
next
lost 7 out of
handful
8.
of
Yeah,
games.
you right.
They lost the
did,
next
bro.
handful of games, and it's been like disappointing to see.
They didn't lose. They never lost by over 20, other than to Oregon, to Arizona.
Good job. You lost every game, but not by 20. Good job, boys. Way to get him.
I mean, it's
Next
been
time it may
disappointing to
be
see.
single digits.
It's been disappointing to see Washington State lose this many games after like being ranked number 13. But they gave Washington a fit in this game. And Washington has had these last a bunch of games. They've been close games. So let's be real now. Washington has been winning these very slim games. And going into the Pac-12 championship, if I'm an Oregon fan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling good too. It's gonna be nitty and gritty, but I see why Oregon's favored by 9. Because they are definitely the best team. Let's be real. If it wasn't for that game time or game winning field goal that happened earlier in the year against Washington, Oregon would be undefeated. Oregon would be ranked number 4, not Washington. Oregon is the better team.
Not too discrediting that win.
I'm not discrediting that win. I'm not discrediting that win.
You can't discredit
Come
that.
on, bro.
I'm not going to discredit it. I'm not going to discredit it. Washington won that game, but it was just by like, bro, Oregon. Like,
There's a reason why Oregon's favored by 9 right now. And I'll tell
do-
you this
I'm not
right
gonna lie,
now.
bro.
I'll tell you this
think
right now.
Oregon
Vegas
is
don't
the
like
better
to lose money. Vegas don't like to lose money. They
And
know
I
what
still
they're doing.
think Bama better than Texas. Now what?
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, put the joint down.
Texas went to Bama and won, so
That's true.
Texas, nah. I'm with you, bro. I do think
right,
Bama is better. I do think Bama is better than Texas. I think Texas is overhyped right now.
Texas went to Bama
Very.
and won at the
A
end of the day.
little low, Texas.
But
I don't love
second
Texas,
favorite
but
team.
no. But Texas, we all established that this is the weakest roster Bama's ever had over the past like 8 to 10 years. Texas
only
went
one
there.
team has beat them.
Texas
Beat
Texas went there and beat a team that still was trying to figure things out. I can't see. I don't know. I see Bama.
He gonna say in Bama. He gonna say in Bama.
in Tuscaloosa.
They did.
I understand. I get that, but I'm with my boy. I do think Bama could beat Texas if they play again.
All right, well, let's get into the next one, man. Next game we're gonna talk about the Sunshine State Showdown. Florida State, they hang on. They defeated Florida 24-15.
Yeah, that's my squad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way.
Wait, who your team?
Florida State.
I mean, my bad. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yo, what? Wait, why?
Hey, he live in Orlando.
Why would you?
Hey, he live in Orlando right now.
Yeah,
He live in Orlando right now too. He live in Orlando, but
Bro,
he be talking mad jump.
just for that, after Washington beat Oregon, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on your head tops. Don't worry about that. Now I got my bread on Washington.
I want you back here next
Now
Monday.
I got my bread on
back here
Washington.
next Monday. I want you back here next Monday. Talk to me.
Now I got my bread on Washington. Nah, but I knew we was gonna win this game. I mean, I feel like going into this year, I always thought we was gonna make it to the playoffs. I always thought we was gonna at least win 11 games. So I'm happy for that. Now, do I think we deserve to be in the playoffs, even though we just lost Travis? Not really. I think it's going to happen because we're undefeated, and that's a little crazy to keep an undefeated team out of the playoffs. But I don't think we can. I don't think we do anything significant without Travis. And it breaks my heart, and I don't even want to talk about it because I'm gonna get emotional. But you feel me? Yeah, it do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I almost shed a tear when I got that news.
It looked bad, bro.
When I got that news, bro, I was at work, bro. I almost shed a tear, bro. So I'm just gonna say I'm proud of my boys. We did what we were supposed to do this year, and hopefully we can do the same next year and actually compete. But I'm not really gonna say much about that. Florida is trash. If Travis was there with us, we would have spanked them. But
hey, shout out to Marshall, man. He a big Gators fan, bro.
Yeah, fact. Shout out to Marshall, man. Shout out to Marshall.
I ain't heard from Marshall in like a month or two. He been very quiet about them Gators.
Yeah, for real. He been super quiet. He been quiet ever since they beat Tennessee. Ever since they beat Tennessee. Ever since that week, we ain't heard from him since.
That's the last time I heard. He'll be doing okay. Somebody check on my boy.
Florida State, man. Florida State. I like Florida State going into the season. I feel like they held their own as far as what I thought they was going to do. Without Jordan Travis, man, it's tough for them. It's going to be tough for them. It's not really going to be an easy road at all. I don't see too much coming from that offense. Jordan Travis did a lot for that team, as you can see in last game. It was hard to get stuff going. Yeah, man, it's looking real rough. But that's gonna go into my next question for y'all. Even with the win out against Louisville, let's say they blow Louisville out the water. Let's say they put 40 on Louisville. Do you still put them in the college football playoffs? Because here's the thing. In my eyes, bro, none of them top 4 teams, they are going to match up without Jordan Travis, bro. I'm going to be honest. Without Jordan Travis, they're getting smoked by any one of them top 4 teams.
100%.
Even if Ohio State's out, they're probably going to get smoked by them too. I'm going to keep it a beat.
Yeah, I hear that.
Without Jordan Travis, though, with Jordan Travis, I think they stand a chance. Do I think them going to the Natty is going to happen? But I think they do have a chance, and I think that they will 100% be deserving. I still think they're deserving without him, even if they win. I think they deserve to be in. But for viewers' sake, now we got to think this is the entertainment at the end of the day. For viewers' sake, I don't know about it. I don't know about putting them in, bro. But what y'all think?
Like I said, bro, it's my squad. I honestly, it's kind of tough to keep, like I said, an undefeated team out, but me personally, I wouldn't put us in.
Even if they smack Louisville.
Louisville has revealed to us what they really are. They're not that good.
They're a solid team. They're not that good.
They're a solid team, but they're not that good. So it's not a super impressive win. So if this was like, all right, if we go out there, let's say Clemson was actually good this year, we actually went out there and smacked them, then it's all right. But nah, it's not that. It's Louisville. So nah, I don't think we should do that to ourselves. I think we should save ourselves the embarrassment and worry about next year. I know.
Take a New Year's Six bowl game.
Yeah, I think we should just, play you in high school some and then get our pride. Because this ain't gonna go, and I don't even want to talk about it no more.
What you think, Lil?
All right, I'm gonna look at it this a couple ways. I really don't have so much to say about the game. Florida's not a good football team. Florida State went out there, barely won. Don't let the score fool you. The game was a lot closer than the 9-point victory that they are posted. But hey, they beat a bad Florida team, as they should. But when you look at the landscape of the things, we have 8 teams that's still in contention that you can have an argument for the playoffs. 8 teams. This is probably the 8th best team out of all those teams, if I'm being honest. Like their record, besides beating LSU, I think LSU has 3 losses. Besides being a 3-loss LSU team, it's not another game on that schedule you look at and be like, oh my God, like they did something against. I mean, every other team I feel like has some very quality wins. When you look at Oregon and Washington, what they done in that Pac-12, that Pac-12 has been very vaunted.
They have the best wins in college football.
Yeah, Georgia reigning 2-time champ. Enough said about there. Bama and their wins. Texas beating Bama at Bama is very impressive. Yeah. Who am I missing?
Washington.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Michigan just beat Ohio State. Ohio State beat Penn State and Notre Dame at Notre Dame in South Bend. So when you look at the landscape, they have probably the worst resume. That's one. 2, when you look at the eye test don't tell you nothing. There hasn't been a game where I sat back and was like, wow, man, that Florida State team looked like they could be I never even felt that way.
Not even LSU.
I was about to say LSU, man.
I'm about to say the first game, I was like, oh crap.
That game was a good game.
I watched that first game, super hype.
That game was a good game, but you could see both teams was flawed. Both teams was flawed.
Yeah, they were.
You left that game like, both teams. Like, it just so happened that LSU had to put that to the test multiple times, and what happens in the SEC. But when you look at it, Florida State really didn't really have to go against nobody. They had a couple close games against like Miami, but Miami wasn't good. But I'm really not sold on this team. Like, yeah, they went out. You gotta put them in the playoffs respectfully.
Yeah, you have it.
But if you look at any other metric besides win-loss record, there's really not an argument to put them in. Be honest with you. When you look at it, I think every other team you can argue from the eye test to the quality wins, all that. So I'm really not high on this Florida State team. If they get in, I'm be honest. I really don't want to even see them in the playoffs. If
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. No disrespect.
I do not want to see them in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said viewers' sake, bro. At the end of the day, like I said, bro, this is the entertainment. This is the entertainment industry. How many people gonna watch that game?
Like I said, bro,
I'm gonna watch it because but
I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it because it's the playoffs and all that. But like,
yeah, but
I'm watching Cincinnati versus Bama again.
We're gonna be watching Georgia versus TCU again as soon as they make it.
Probably
Georgia versus FSU.
All right, all right.
I mean, I don't really have too much to say about this game.
That just registered in my head. What happened?
That's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
I don't really have too much to say about this game. This game was coasting the scoreboard, it seems like we all said. Honestly, for Florida State, losing Jordan Travis last week really hurts. It sucks. This team doesn't really look complete without him, though. They look incomplete without him like crazy. I mean, Trey Benson had a great game running the ball. But, I mean, your two receivers, Johnny Wilson, Keon Coleman, I mean, we didn't see too much out of them. And I don't really trust Tate Rodemaker. I can't. These teams undefeated. And if they go out there and they beat Louisville in an ACC championship, respectfully, you have to put them in. But we know what's going to happen if you put them in the college football playoff. But in order for them to get into the college football playoff, in my opinion, it has to be a dominant win against Louisville. It can't be no slacking close win like this game. Because if it is, they're bumping Florida State down and they're going to put someone else up. It's just facts. And they're going to think about views as well. They're going to think about entertainment as well. It's not just about respect. Yes, they can be undefeated, but they're out of the teams that are undefeated right now. Florida State is probably the worst undefeated team. That's just facts. But respectfully, I don't want to see them in the college football playoff. Not because they're not good, but it's just we know what's going to happen when they get it in. It's not going to be good. You're probably going to get smacked. It's just they're incomplete without Jordan Travis. That's just facts. Like, they're undefeated, yes, but they have to dominate Louisville in the ACC championship, in my opinion, in order for them to get into the college football playoff.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, last game night, we saw the Kentucky State rivalry as Kentucky, they knocked off Louisville 38-31.
This was a great game. I mean, watching it, bro, it gave you kind of what you wanted out of this type of game, bro, out of this type of rivalry. I'm not gonna lie, man. They got the chippy before the game started, man, about the fight and everything else. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna really give the pat on the back to Kentucky a lot, bro. Not only for knocking off their rival, who was, only had one loss and was ranked top 15 at the time, top 10.
Yeah,
no, it was top 15.
It was 10.
It was top 10.
It was ranked number 10.
Yeah, number 10. I mean, not only for that, but for a full team win, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. This was a team that really fought all four quarters. They played a straight 4-quarter game, offense, defense, special teams. They did what they had to do. I mean, even if you look at, defensively, they had some of their breakups where they had issues, but bro, they stuck through. They had the kick return that was electric. I mean, they was able to stop the run game late in the game, which was huge because, Louisville, they had a pretty good run game all year. Jawar Jordan has been balling for them all year, and they punched him in the mouth a lot all game. Roy Davis, they got their run game going, which was really the reason why they ended up breaking loose. That last touchdown, that was on Roy Davis. That was on Roy Davis.
Yeah,
that was on Roy Davis.
Touchdown run.
100%. I mean, if you look at it, bro, Kentucky really they put themselves in a good position for a good bowl game, man. Not a New York Six or anything, but they're gonna play in a pretty good one. Hopefully, they bring in some recruits off of a win or something. But that was a good win by them. As far as Louisville, though, man, y'all gonna have to play better if y'all want to beat Florida State. I'll tell you that. I mean, even without a quarterback, y'all gonna have to play better than that. That's just all it is to it. Y'all didn't play terrible. They definitely didn't play terrible, but they had a lot of issues as far as like third downs. They did convert a lot of fourth downs. They had one bad one, but other than that, like they just couldn't stay on the field. They couldn't get the drives going. They had big plays, but they just couldn't get it going.
Yeah, and just kind of just going off of what you said, it's definitely a good win for Kentucky. But just speaking on Louisville, good team, but we kind of all figured out at some point it was going to end. You know what I mean? It was just one of those teams where, yeah, they're good. You kind of remind me of Notre Dame early in the year. That's how Notre Dame is every year.
I said this and somebody called me crazy. Oh, Notre Dame not overrated. They don't fall on their face. Okay,
bro, they've been overrated, bro. They've been overrated every single year, though.
Somebody was praising them.
Somebody was praising them
at the end of the year.
Every year. So yeah, I kind of expected this. I actually put money on Kentucky to win the game, so I can't really say much. But shout out to the ACC, man. It's going hopefully, hopefully that game against Florida State is a good game because I'm definitely tuning in. So I don't really got much to say about Louisville.
I mean, don't shout out the ACC. It's the worst conference in football.
Don't do that. Don't.
Anyway,
when y'all
it
lose,
is the worst conference.
Hey, listen. When y'all lose, just know when y'all lose
it's
again.
The worst conference, though, bro. It is.
Like, it is, bro. ACC is the worst Power 5.
I don't need to hear
it's
that.
The worst Power 5, bro.
I don't need to hear that right now, though. I'm already going through a lot with Travis.
my boy grieving right now. Let him
grieving. You know what I mean?
Grieving.
I'm gonna put it like this. This game came down a couple things. Ray Davis had a monster game, 3 touchdowns. That really helped them put over the lead. Louisville, they had 3 second half turnovers, but mainly 2 in particular that I think really hurt them a lot. That turned into 10 points for the other team. That really, drove them out. Really don't blame that last one. They was just trying to go for the win, throw it deep, end zone, nothing, interception. But hats off to Ray Davis for the monster game, over 100 yards, all-purpose yards, 3 touchdowns. Devin Leary had him a solid game, 12, 22, 206, 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 turnover. But, this is just one of them, rivalry games that Kentucky get up for. This is their 5th straight win against this Louisville football team. Louisville pretty much fell on their face defensively. You allow Kentucky to have 31 points in the second half alone. That's a recipe to get beat, and that's what it really comes down to. Halftime adjustments. Kentucky made the right halftime adjustments offensively and capitalized on the mistakes that Louisville made. And, if Louisville protect the football, and that's what a lot of these games come down to, is protecting the football and not turning over the ball. And it came down and bit them in the end. So, I mean, Kentucky get a big win. They get their coach back as well because they said he was going to Texas A&M. Then they backed off that. That was a little weird situation, but
I think that was false, bro.
Well, no, A&M announced it. Texas A&M announced it, and they backed off. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm not hearing neither.
Did they fire Jimbo?
Yeah,
like 2-3 weeks ago.
I'm about to say, if you living under a rock, bro. If you living under a rock, bro. You been fired, Jimbo.
Yeah, bro, that was one. That's one memo I did not get.
Jimbo owed like $90 million.
They had to get rid of Jimbo.
I knew they had to, bro. I talked about that before, but
bro, that shit crazy.
That shit was a conversation for like a whole week.
That's what I'm saying.
Them gotta pay him like $90 million.
They gotta pay him like $90 million, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, his buyout
came up.
His buyout, mad crazy. But yeah, like I was saying, Louisville need to get it together. They got the ACC championship up. Let's go, Louisville money line. Let's go. I'll be locked there. See them, do what they gotta do.
All right. Hey, listen
out there.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Healthy team.
Yeah. All in all, good win by Kentucky. This is a great rivalry game. It came down to the wire. Ray Davis, that game-winning touchdown run. Devin Leary, I mean, I feel like they're getting better with not having him the ball in his hands as much. When he throws for over 25 passes, doesn't really play that well, but he threw for 22. And I mean, he had a pick, but he had a solid game. This is really just Louisville not turning the ball over. They had 2 turnovers. Definitely by Jack Plummer. He has to be better not turning the football over. But we've seen Louisville in some of these games this year, as high as they were ranked number 10, they had some great wins this year. But I knew it was going to come crashing down. I just knew it was going to come crashing down. And this game in the ACC championship, they just have to be better if they want to beat Florida State. And again, we just talked about Florida State. They just got to simply be better. But honestly, I can see Louisville probably beating Florida State. Who knows how this game's going to go down? We'll see. But if Jordan Travis was here, this game would be a completely different game. But now that Travis is not playing, I think Louisville has a chance. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just keeping it a buck. But
true.
Louisville just has to be better. They just have to be better. But this is a bad loss against a bad Kentucky team. Kentucky has been sour this year. Louisville just got to simply be better. But we'll see what they do in the ACC championship against Florida State.
Go Noles.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what y'all think about college football week 13. It is in the books. Next week is conference championship week, man. We'll be giving that to y'all on Friday. But give us y'all thoughts and opinions about the 5 games we recap. If there's any game that we didn't recap from Rivalry Week, leave that in the comment section below. We'll get to those games. But that is all we have here for tonight for this episode for Before the Horn podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in for whatever platform you guys are watching and listening on. We appreciate all the support. Keep running these numbers up. Make sure y'all share this video. Get it out there. Keep it out there. We love coming here, debating, and talking to you guys. We're going to keep putting this content out there for you guys. And just we love when y'all listen and give us feedback. So thank you for everything.
And as I know, man, the best way for y'all to support us is support us through our Patreon. You could do your part in supporting us through our Patreon. That is the best way to do that. We are regular people. We just work 9 to 5s. We take out of our free time to come bring out this content and talk about stuff we love. On top of that, if you want to get personal with us, you want to talk to us more, Patreon is the best way to go, as well as when we drop this merch soon, which is coming out real soon. That's the best way to get some free merch as well as discounts on merch. Telling y'all, man, come help us out on Patreon. That's the best way to go. But we appreciate all support that we get.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love and support we've been getting. It's been a kind of a slow time with the holiday season around and stuff like that, but we will be back more consistently, coming out with more stuff, more episodes. We apologize for the episodes we missed. But make sure you keep showing love to us on Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast, TikTok at Twitter at Before the Horn Pod. Keep showing love. You know, we appreciate it. Tell a friend to follow us. We love to interact. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and everything else.
Hey, for our guests, man, you got any words to say before we exit up out of here?
Yeah. So thank y'all for having me. I appreciate this. This was nice. Definitely for the people viewing it, you know, subscribe, definitely support. These guys are doing something fantastic over here. And you know, I'm loving the debates. I'm loving the topic. So y'all keep going. I'm definitely supporting. I'm definitely watching. I appreciate y'all.
For sure. We appreciate it.
And let us know if y'all want my boy back on here, man.
For sure, please.
He got to come back Monday so I can do my victory parade in here while he grieves.
Listen. I'm gonna find you if y'all lose. Don't worry about that.
I'll be right here. You know where to find me.
Right here, man.
I ain't ducking.
Hey. Make sure you guys follow us also on our personal Instagrams. They are also on the screens as well. They will be in the description box. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in to Before the Horn Podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.